Hi, everyone. I'm Mary Pat Carrero. I hope you all are having a good day today. And welcome to my video series called Empowered Parents, Successful Kids. I've been in education for over 40 years now, and over the years, I've noticed some assumptions that schools make about children and the learning process. So today, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. I've identified 7 assumptions that schools make that hurt children's progress and interfere with their learning success. I'm going to share with you some slides as soon as I bring them up. Okay, I'm going to have to stop this for a minute so that I can get the slides up for you if you just hold on. Okay, sorry about that little glitch. I'm new to videoing. I know a lot about education, but videoing is a different ballgame. So anyway, you can see the first slide here. So today's topic is assumptions schools make that hurt your child. Okay, so the first assumption we want to look at is that children come to school prepared with most, if not all, learning abilities. All right, now, if you've had children, you probably do, because you wouldn't be listening to this video otherwise, right? But anyway, children, when they first go to school, they are given a screening. Okay, now the thing is, screening is just what a screening is, very basic, and it does not identify all of the learning abilities that are critical for children to be successful learners. So that's the first assumption, that they do well on the screening. That's all there is, the kid's good to go. All right, and the other problem is, the assumption is made is that where children are at developmentally is where it suits the curriculum. And the curriculum these days is not developmentally appropriate to most children who are 5 and 6 years of age just going to school. All right, and that assumption can cause stress for your child. It can cause learning problems down the road, okay? So it is, this assumption is very important, and it is a germ seed of learning problems as children go on to first, second, third grade, all right? When schools make assumptions that all of their learning abilities are in place. Assumption 2, when schools adopt a reading series, they assume that that series is appropriate for all children. Now, the first thing is that reading, our brains are not wired for reading, okay? Our brains are wired for language development, but reading, we have different learning styles, and I'm going to get more into all of this in a different series where I will talk about just reading itself. But this is a very important one also, that they assume that your child will be able to learn how to read through that reading series. And if they don't, they make the assumption that they might have a learning disability, and that is not the case. All right, it needs to be, they need to know about all of the individual learning styles that children have. Okay, let's look at slide 3. I don't know why it's not progressing. Oh, here we go. All right, assumption 3. Now, we know when children go to school, so they're teaching them to comprehend material, to develop concepts. So that's right there is the first assumption, is that children know how to comprehend well. All right. The other assumption is now, after they've been teaching your child, they'll test them, and the testing is very much about memory. So the second assumption is that they're assuming that your child has a good memory. And those are just that, assumptions. Assumption about comprehension, assumption about the ability to conceptualize, an assumption about memory. And the good news is that all of those abilities, first of all, they are critical to the learning process, absolutely, and they are all trainable. Unfortunately, the schools seem to also assume that if your child has a comprehension problem or a memory problem, that's just where it's at. They don't realize that training can be done to develop those skills, and actually memory is one of the easiest skills to train, okay? And this is also causes confusion for some teachers, because they'll see that your child is bright and they don't understand why they're not learning, why they're not doing well on exams. So they make an assumption that, that something else is going on, and they may be quick to label them as ADD or ADHD. Okay, so, and we will get into that as another assumption down the road. Okay, number 4. Here it is right here. Your child is not paying attention. Sometimes the teachers assume that your child may have ADD or ADHD, and will even consider telling parents that their child may need to be put on medication, which is very inappropriate for them to tell any parent. All right. First of all, ADD and ADHD is a symptom. It is not a disability, and it is a diagnosis of exclusion. That meaning that all of the problems that can cause ADD and ADHD symptoms need to first be evaluated. Okay, that there's a whole list of them. There are actually over 100 different factors that or abilities that can be a problem that will look like ADHD. Okay, processing speed, slow processing speed, how quickly your child takes in information and absorbs it and you can use it. All right, if a teacher talks fast, your child can get lost in that. Poor auditory processing, that with the processing speed, that is, for so many children, that is why they're getting labeled as ADD and ADHD. Okay, children who have weak processing speed or poor auditory processing. Vision inefficiency. There are medical issues, neurotoxins that children have, sensory integration, is what we call sensory integration, the body-brain connection. All of these are the actual problems that will interfere with a child's ability to pay attention and concentrate in school. And all of these need to be ruled out before a child, and if they were, they would see that there really is no such thing as ADD and ADHD. And I will have a video just about that subject there, all right? So there is a lot that can be done for children who have some difficulty paying attention. All right. Number 5, the assumption number 5 is that children don't have learning disabilities if they are getting good grades. And we're going to look at 2 of them together, 5 and 6. Children, and the assumption that children know how to study. These are 2 of the biggest assumptions that cause most misdiagnosis for many children, and actually cause children to really struggle in school. All right, if your child is getting good grades, that does not mean that they don't have learning difficulties, especially if you see inconsistencies in their performance. Very many of these children are overachievers. They will work very hard. And if you're doing your homework with your child, you see them studying, they are attending school, they're getting good grades, but they're still struggling a lot, there's something else going on. And that's where you really need to look beyond the grades. And the other one is, like I said, number 6, that children know how to study. This is a very erroneous assumption that schools make. Most children don't know how to study. We do. Some of us have learned how to, just of our own. We know, we can figure it out. But this assumption is very unfair to children. And if they look like they're studying and they're not getting good grades, well, something is going on there. Okay, studying is a specific skill. It needs to be taught. And you need to make sure that your child's abilities are all fully developed. All of the foundation skills for learning are fully developed and mature before study skills are presented. Okay. Assumption number 7. Some children are unmotivated, lazy, and attention-seeking. Okay, this kind of labeling is very inappropriate and leads to a lot of self-esteem issues, lack of confidence in children. These behaviors are absolutely red flag symptoms of children who have learning difficulties, learning disabilities, covert learning disabilities. All right. So look at and see what else is really going on for your child behind that, because there is always something behind that behavior. So, what do you think about those assumptions? What is your experience with your child's learning? Are you seeing things that are kind of making you question what's going on for them that you don't really understand? Post your comments below, okay, this video. I will also put it on my Facebook page, which is Center for Learning Enhancement. And there you can ask questions as well. All right, here, feel free to ask questions, make comments. What do you see going on for your child? Let's have a conversation about this, all right? I'm here to support you. I have a lot of experience to share, and can help you make the school year go better for you and your child, all right? So have a great day, and if you have any questions, contact me here, or you can give me a call. There's my phone number, and there is my email address, 856-220-6403, if you'd like a free initial consultation, or send me an email. Let me know what's going on for you and your child at marypatcarrero@outlook.com. All right, have a great day, guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.